Saw this great mural on the streets of Mount Hawthorn last night. Some of you may remember the New York Kiss famous iconic photograph. Well, someone's taken it to the COVID-19 level, turned the soldier and the nurse wearing masks now and surrounded by little COVID viruses that turn into a heart. I thought it was brilliant. Thought you'd enjoy it. Hi, I'm Marty. I flew these with these. I fly these with them. Got a wife, kids, play golf, band, happy life, and then Corona. It's a drag, but you're not alone. Have a laugh with me on... Tonight I'm off to band practice with the Wembley Veterans Football Club band. We practice throughout the year and end up playing the end of year function. We're not particularly good, but that's not what it's about. It's about blokes from all walks of life getting together, sharing some camaraderie, and just sharing the joy that comes from turning your amp up to 11 and having a lash. It is pure joy.
Broken petals from the children sing. I can hear the battle call. Who puts my back up against my back up against wall? Someday, bloody someday. Someday, bloody someday.
This is Nev. Nev, our lead singer, wears his heart in his sleeve, heart of gold, and a voice like an angel. He is a champion. How's COVID-19 been for you?
I'm over it. I've got to say to you that we're being a little bit over-conservative now. Like I wouldn't say that 2 weeks ago, but now let's open up our state, let's get people working, let's get the money rolling, let's, you know what, we deserve it, we've done the right thing.
Yes.
West Australians have done the right thing, and let's just do it.
Can you tell he's an ex-finance and now a lawyer?
Not yet.
Space.
Hey guys.
Mate?
Space, I joined the Air Force with Space and we did pilot's course together. He is one of my closest friends and just a gentleman's gentleman. Great bloke.
COVID-19, how's it been?
For us, it hasn't been too bad. I'm one of the lucky ones, still got a job.
You've actually opened a company in this...
Yeah, I've just raised $5.5 million in this environment, which was a bit of a steep uphill climb, but got there. So
Did well.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
but yeah, our company, it's suited to us. So
And your company's, it's about
telecare. So
about
we provide
remote care for old people, isn't it?
yeah, that's right. Remote monitoring for the elderly to keep them safe in their own homes.
Telecare.
Telecare.
Okay, that's a good plug. Pablo, teacher,
Yeah,
you've just been...
Pablo, met him for the first time tonight. The Wembley Footy Club band has a rolling roster of musicians. He is a champion bloke and it turns out a whip drummer.
Saying you've been doing remote
remote learning. Yeah, over the web. Yeah.
And that's been working okay?
Yeah, it's actually been fun. The kids, for the most part, were quite enjoying it. Although I have to say, the last week, one of my classes in particular, they just looked tired and miserable, and I asked them what's wrong, and they, you know, because there's a text function on the program we use, they said, we're sick and tired of Zoom.
Yeah.
I would never have thought I'd actually see kids that wanted to get back to school, but these ones apparently do. So
Miracles happen, mate.
I guess so.
Yeah.
You know.
Hope you're back shortly.
Thanks, mate.
Peter?
Pete, electrician, raconteur, had a heart operation less than a year ago. You wouldn't know it. He was back smoking and playing footy within the week.
Our resident electrician.
How you going?
How's COVID going for you? What's going on?
Hardly affected me at all, really.
Really?
No, I'm still working.
So, yeah.
Most of my work's with commercial
Lonely
properties,
housewives.
so I'm not going into people's houses and stuff like that, mate.
If you missed Pablo's joke, he said most of his work is with lonely housewives. Boom, boom, oldie but a goodie.
I'll edit the housewives
Sorry.
out. That's all right. That's all good.
Yeah. Give away my secrets. Yeah, so not really affected.
No, interesting.
I'm still out working. Work's dropped off a little bit.
Do you need about 2,000 apprentices?
I could do with a couple, yeah, but
Slark's our resident...
Mr. Slark, extremely high-level lawyer type. He's the guy you want on your side when you're in the dock. Rumpole of the Bailey, only leaner and meaner.
Now, you're beyond a lawyer, aren't you? You're a bit higher than that.
Oh, no. Lawyer's fine.
Lawyer's fine? How's it been for you? Is it any different?
Well, work-wise, personally hasn't made much difference. For my wife at home, it's been a little bit more challenging having to look after our son a few weeks.
Yeah. Has he gone back to school
He's
now?
gone back to school now. He didn't particularly want to do that because he just treated the whole thing like a holiday.
Yeah. It was a holiday for them, not so much for us.
Not for the parents, correct?
Yes, mate.
No.
I was ready for a break as well.
Yeah, so that was, I think she's more appreciating what people like Pablo now.
Yeah. And you said about half your workforce is at home, half at
Yeah,
work.
it's probably about 50-50, but work's dropped off a bit, not so much for me personally, but as a whole it's dropped off.
Yeah, interesting. Cheers, mate. Pete's just told me that he's just washed his phone. Tell me about that. And
So yeah, stuck the phone in the washing machine to see if it would handle the 30-minute quick rinse. Didn't like it.
Didn't like it.
So I dried out in the oven. Didn't like that either.
In the oven.
In the oven.
Righto.
The oven was still warm, you see, so there's no use wasting your power.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
I've always thought
Yeah,
of
the
you
screen
as a...
peeled off a little bit.
Yeah.
But it actually turned back on.
And it works again.
It turned back on. It didn't. I couldn't make phone calls on it, but I got all my photos and everything back.
Should I?
So that's my tip. If you wash it, stick it in the oven for half an hour.
No.
Quite a good chance you've voided your warranty.
Yeah, he's voided the warranty. Anyway, goes on in this vein for the next 4 hours. Guys drift off as they go back to their families, and some stayers are still there at midnight. Well, I hope you enjoyed that garage band experience. I know I get a lot of fun out of it. If you're halfway, if you learn 3 or 4 chords, get some mates, get a set of drums, get a spare room, and just go for it. There's nothing to be lost and everything to be gained. It's such a good thing to do. I got an amazing letter today. I know that I've been making these videos mainly for the Qantas guys that have been stood down, but clearly they're starting to permeate out to the rest of the aviation community. I'll just read you a letter I got this morning. It's from David, aspiring Qantas pilot. My name's David, and I'm midway through my commercial pilot's license theory. For as long as I can remember, I wanted to be a pilot for Qantas. My late father was a Qantas captain on the 747 and then converted to the Airbus afterwards. With all this COVID going on, I'm not sure where the industry is going to end up. Can you offer any advice as far as looking for a first job building hours and the best way to be on the right track to becoming a Qantas first officer? I've been told that Q-Link is a possible path to mainline. I know it won't happen overnight or even in the next couple of years, but I'm willing to work hard to get into the right seat with you on the left. I would be incredibly grateful to have a mentor on my side as I go through my training and early career. I hope you find the time to get back to me. Well, mate, I definitely want to answer that. Dave, thank you so much for writing to me for a start. That's amazing, mate. The backbone it required for you to actually send that email is significant and not to be overlooked. Firstly, the industry will recover. It's coming back, mate. This is unprecedented. We haven't ever seen anything like this before, but we're going to come out of it. And I keep saying it because I work for the best aviation company in the world. It's going to come out stronger and better than ever. So you're on the right track, mate. Your dad worked for a great company, and I reckon you're going to work for a great company. So like I said, just for writing to me tells me that, mate, you've got the qualities already that is what we're after. And that sort of tenacity and that sort of get up and go will get you a long way. First job, obviously there's multiple ways of getting your first job. You're sort of already on the path with your commercial pilot's license. For anybody out there that hasn't even walked onto an aerodrome yet, just go down to your local aerodrome, so Archerfield or Moorabbin or Jandakot here in Perth, your local one, Parafield in Adelaide, and just knock on the door of a reputable flying school and just go for a fly. Normally the intro flights are only about $150, $200. Get it as a birthday present and just get a taste for it, see if you like it. Most guys at the end of their very first experience in a small aircraft know whether it's for them or not. So you're already heading down the right route. Other avenues other than general aviation clearly are the military or also a cadet scheme with one of the major airlines. Matt, the guy that I was talking to the other day, the Qantas captain that I was talking to on the video about 3 back, off camera we were discussing the difference between guys that do make it to the airlines and guys that don't. And for the guys that are actually in the airlines, it becomes very obvious who's going to get there. It's not about the flashy guy with all the skills. That's not who gets into the airlines. It's actually the guy that just plugs along and is the marathon runner. You can see it. You can see it in the guy's eyes when he's doing his commercial pilot's license, when he's cutting his teeth on his first aircraft. You can see that he will end up in the majors because he just won't take no for an answer. And he's not going to get there tomorrow. He might take a month, he might take a year, he might take a decade to get there, but he's going to get there. That's the guy that's going to get in. So if that's you, you'll know whether it's you. You know whether you're going to get into the airlines. There's lots of different paths, but they all end up in the same point. While we're on the subject of all the different ways you can get into the left seat of a Qantas aircraft, it's interesting to note that whether you come from the military or general aviation or a cadet scheme, by the time you end up on a Qantas aircraft, it's very, very hard to tell what a guy's background is. All of the pilots that I work with are cut from the same cloth. They are all fantastic communicators. They're all men and women that are extremely reliable. They're men and women that have a lot of backbone. They're men and women that deal very much in the truth. They all have good hands and feet, and that means the ability to manipulate mechanically an aircraft. They're all fantastic thinkers spatially. And finally, they're all really disciplined. They all are able to curtail all those outside distractions while they're on the flight deck to produce a extremely consistent result. It's really great to see. I say something so corny to my kids that come up onto the flight deck quite often after landing. Obviously we can't have people in the flight deck during flight nowadays, but after landing very often we have parents ask if their children can come up and have a look at the flight deck. I always take that opportunity to try and rev those kids up and give them a bit of a 30-second role model, and I ask them what they want to do with their lives. And some kids say they want to be firemen, other kids say they want to be astronauts, and other kids say they want to be financial planners. But whatever the thing that they want to do, I always say to them, right, I'm going to tell you something, believe in yourself. And I make them say it back to me. I say, believe in myself. And I really believe that. If you want something hard enough, it will be yours. Believe in yourself. Do not take no for an answer. You are capable of incredible things if you believe in yourself. We don't hear that sort of straight talk much anymore in these days of political correctness. I am saying to you, black and white, if you want to be a Qantas captain, you will be a Qantas captain if you believe in yourself and you want it hard enough. There are many obstacles that many people have to overcome to get there. If you want it hard enough, you're gonna get there. To anybody else that's sitting out there that's not a Qantas guy that wants anything straight talk answered, I'm very happy to do that in the framework of whatever this channel is becoming. Initially, the framework of this channel was just to say you're not alone to all the pilots that were stood down. I can see that now it's starting to turn into a different sort of thing, entertainment channel for middle-aged men between 55 and 65. But if that's your thing, and or if you're aspiring to enter the aviation community, give me a reach out, martyzbell@gmail.com, And like the Leyland brothers, I'll try to answer your questions. Anyway, stay upright, take care, it's a jungle out there, and I hope you have a great day. Cheers.
Yeah, that'll do.